Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hopefully you guys are eating a ton of food, but Logan and I are about to pump your guts full of some cash. Yeah, you heard that right. Logan is back. We got 2 Thanksgiving Day NFL parlays. We got no NBA on. We're talking all about the NFL. Logan and I each cooked up 2 6-leg parlays. Logan's around plus 600, a little bit safer. Mine's around plus 1100. I really like the 2 parlays we got cooked up for you guys. Hopefully you all are having a happy Thanksgiving. We'll dive into it real quick, but we actually have a cool feature for you all, and hopefully you guys will take advantage of it because we're doing both of these on FanDuel, and we have quick links for you. Now, if you're like, what the heck's a quick link? Well, if you go and look in the description or in the pinned comment, you'll see 2 things that say Austin's parlay and Logan's parlay. It contains 2 links. If you click it, it'll take you to FanDuel, and it will help you place the bet, so you don't have to go through each of the games, which could be a little bit tedious. So it's something cool that we just got access to. So if you want to take advantage of that and save yourself a little bit of time, we'll put the links in the description and in the pinned comment. But without further ado, it is Thanksgiving. We'll have a full other video with our best bets of the day. These are going to include some of the guys we talked about in that video, but there are 2 free squares I do want to talk about real quickly. Dak Prescott on Sleeper. They got a free square for him to get 1 yard. Yeah, Dak Prescott, I know some people don't love him, but he's going to get you 1 yard. It's a free square. Make sure it's for every single user. So I'll show how I'm using it in our Thanksgiving Best Bets video, which we posted before this one. So go check out how I'm using it there. But if you use Sleeper, make sure you sign up using our code COS. You'll also get a 100% deposit match and the same exact offer, but for Christian McCaffrey, who we have in both of our parlays later on in this video, for him to get 1 rushing plus receiving yard. Yeah, CMC is going to get that done. So, of course, sign up for PrizePicks. It is use code COS for the top link in the description. I'll show how I'm using both of those in that Thanksgiving Day NFL Best Bets video, which was posted before this one. But reminder, all those details down below. Sign up using our code. But Logan, I'm going to let you lead things off. You got a great parlay cooked up. I'll let you start in that first game. What are you going with on Thanksgiving Day?
Yeah, so it's Thanksgiving Day, and some of my favorite things in Thanksgiving, right? We got turkey, got stuffing. I like being a degenerate gambler on Thanksgiving, and I got a parlay that I really don't see losing. It's plus 599, so pretty much plus 600 odds on FanDuel, and I really do like this one. Let's talk about the legs individually and kind of how we combine them all. The first and second legs take us to the Lions game. Obviously, the Detroit Lions will be hosting as per usual on Thanksgiving. We're talking Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions, 60-plus receiving yards, and Sam Laporta, the tight end of the Lions, 40-plus receiving yards, plus 121 if you combine these 2 together. Now, St. Brown has 60-plus in 8 out of 9 games played this year, and Laporta has 40-plus in 3 out of his last 4 games. The hit rates are there for these 2 guys. And specifically with Sam Laporta, he's coming off a game where he only had 18 yards, a really, a dud game for a really good tight end. I expect a big bounce back from him, against the Packers defense that I watched, the likes of Donald Parham and even that smart guy, catch passes right down the middle. I think Laporta will be able to feast on Thanksgiving for our first and second legs. Now let's go to the Cowboys game, the Cowboys and Commanders game. That's our second game on the slate. And with the third and fourth legs, I'm taking Brian Robinson of the Commanders, 25-plus rushing yards, and Terry McLaurin, also on the Commanders, 4-plus receptions, minus 141 on these 2 combined together. Now, Brian Robinson has 25-plus rushing yards in 9 out of 11 games played this year. He's been a really, staple running back. He's been one of the best, statistical running backs you can really find this year. Washington won't be quick to abandon the run either. If you're scared off by the spread, or if you're scared off, by the Cowboys running and hiding, I promise you this Ron Rivera team will still be running the ball. That's what they do. They have to keep the defense honest. And Brian Robinson is an efficient runner. He's not like a Najee Harris where he only gets like 2 yards a carry. Brian Robinson can get 5 to 8 yards per carry and definitely hit this 25-plus mark. Now, the other guy is Terry McLaurin. Terry, 4-plus receptions in 10 out of 11 games played this season. The hit rate is stupidly good for a guy like Terry McLaurin. And Terry sees games of 8-plus targets. The volume will definitely be there. I think 4-plus receptions is all but a sure thing in this one, especially for those 2 Commander guys. Now let's go to the last game. We're trusting, one of the best star running backs and receivers. I'll call him a hybrid. Christian McCaffrey of the Niners, 50-plus rushing yards and 25-plus receiving yards, minus 119 together on these. CMC has 50-plus rushing yards in 8 out of 10 games played this year, so 80% hit rate there. CMC has 25-plus receiving yards in 7 out of 10 games this year, 70% hit rate there. I mean, we got to trust. You got to trust your legends. I love Christian McCaffrey, more than most people, and the usage is ridiculous for McCaffrey. Last year, I pulled the game log. He had 108 rushing yards, 30 receiving yards against the Seahawks last year as a member of the 49ers. I think once again he's in line for a huge day, and I mean he just doesn't come off the field. Barring an injury, Christian McCaffrey will be out there, and he'll be definitely one of Brock Purdy's favorite weapons to use, in the backfield and in the little dump off game. I think Christian McCaffrey has a big game in this one, so that will do it for mine. Austin, I really don't see this one losing. I think we're gonna make the people pretty rich this Thanksgiving. But what do you have cooked up for everyone?
Yeah, I really love yours. Just throwing, if you want to put $10 on it, wins you over 60. Mine's going to win you over $100. Because let's talk about this first game, that Lions game. I'm going to David Montgomery of the Detroit Lions, anytime touchdown score. And I'm taking Jordan Love, 200 plus passing yards. That's plus 130 combined. Honestly, I think that might be worth a unit sprinkle, but I'll combine them into this parlay here. And let's talk about, these teams obviously see each other twice a year. In the first matchup, this was a no sweat bet. I mean, you had David Montgomery scoring 3 touchdowns, and you had Jordan Love throwing for 246 yards. Now, I haven't gone back and checked how many yards Love had at halftime. I'm pretty sure it was below like 50, which is normally on brand for him. He normally gets no yards in the first half, then absolutely soars over in the second half. But with the spread at like 7.5, they clearly think the Lions are going to be in control of this game. And David Montgomery is that workhorse back for this Lions team. He has a touchdown in 6 of their 7 games played. We would know that because we took his over 6.5 rushing touchdowns in our long shot PrizePicks season long entry. He's been crushing it. Jordan Love, who looked not great in that first matchup against the Lions, still got it done. He's looked pretty good these last few weeks. So I really like Jordan Love to get at least 200. Heck, you could probably take him for 225 too. I really like Jordan Love in this one. Now let's move to the second game. Those legs probably hit by Jordan Love will hit in the fourth quarter because that's what he does. Doesn't get any yards until then. But let's move to the next one, and we're talking about that Commanders and Cowboys game. Going to CeeDee Lamb, 100 plus receiving yards, and Dak Prescott 2 plus touchdowns. That's plus 183 by itself. So I really like this combo square. I mean, Prescott hopefully throws a 80-yard bomb to CeeDee Lamb. We can get one of those, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But Dak's been playing his best ball as of late. I mean, people are easy to harp on Dak Prescott, but I think this is a really good matchup for him. He has 2 plus passing touchdowns in 4 straight games, including 3 plus in 3 of those games. So really kicking it. And if you're a Tony Pollard owner or any running back owner for the Dallas Cowboys, they refuse to run the ball in the red zone. Tony finally got into the end zone last week, but prior to that, I don't know how many games straight he went without scoring a touchdown. And so they're always throwing it down there. And this is a Commanders team that does not play defense. Look, they just don't. They gave up Tommy DeVito. He was absolutely cooking them last week. Dak Prescott certainly can get 2 touchdowns. And CeeDee Lamb, this was a guy that prior to last week's dud, 150 yards in 3 straight. Look, the Panthers basically said, all right, fine, anyone but him. They just triple teamed him. And you obviously saw Dak Prescott take advantage of his other receivers. I don't think the Commanders are going to be doing that. They'll just be like, whatever. We'll just let whatever happens, happen. CD should have another big day. 100 plus receiving yards, certainly within the realm of possibility. Even in a game where he didn't do well, still saw 6 receptions. So I think this is a better week for him. There's a great matchup against the Commanders who cannot defend wide receivers. So CD 100 plus, Dak 2 touchdowns, boom. Now we're moving on to the night game, and I'm relying on Christian McCaffrey just like Logan is. So please no injury, CMC. We need you out there. I'm taking 60 plus rushing yards for Christian McCaffrey and a touchdown, minus 112 by itself. Now, CMC had his touchdown streak snapped a couple not last week though, 2 weeks ago. I think he has a touchdown in 16 of his last 17 with the Niners or something ridiculous like that. He finally got back into the end zone last week after a week off. I think this is just a great spot for him to get it done. Trent Williams is back. So, yeah, one of the best left tackles, if not the best, is in the game for this Niners offense. He obviously makes a huge difference for their run game. This is a Seahawks team that just gave up over almost 80 rushing yards to Royce Freeman. Royce Freeman, the guy that's bounced around to like 8 teams in the last 2 seasons. He can do that. I'm pretty confident CMC can get you 60. They're also favored in this game. Expect them to lean on the run. You saw CMC have a great hit rate, getting the 60-plus rushing yards. Did have that weird, 49ers 3-game losing streak. Trent Williams was injured in those games. Their offense just did not click. But now everyone, mostly, at least Trent Williams is healthy. I expect them to lean on Christian McCaffrey. 60-plus rushing yards, had 21 rushing attempts last week against the very stout Buccaneers rushing defense. Seahawks are not that, not as good as that against the run. CMC should be able to get you 60-plus and a touchdown. He's done that plenty of times this season. So I'll roll with him, minus 112, and you combine those all together, you got a plus 1,136 odds parlay. I think that one's smacking. I'm going to be honest. I think that's it. And if you want to put $10 on it, pays out over 120. I love that. Logan, I'm bringing you back up. Those are our 2 parlays on the screen. Hopefully both of them can hit. It's going to be a great Thanksgiving day. Logan, any final thoughts about Thanksgiving before we sign out of here?
Yeah, I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving for sure, and hopefully, we can be degenerate gamblers, still spend a little bit of time with your family, but check every now and then, see how our legs are doing. I think Austin and I cooked up some winners for you though.
I couldn't have said it better myself. So let's have a wonderful Thanksgiving. This will be one of our only 2 videos for the day. We won't post any of them on Thanksgiving Day. But of course, have a great Thanksgiving. Logan and I signing out. If you want to check out some other videos, I'll have them popping up on the screen, including a day in the life of Austin. So go check out that. That's on the second channel. Go show it some love. That's Austin and Logan. We're signing out. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.